The legendary Pokemon Kyogre is returning to Pokemon GO's raid battles, and you do not want to miss out on this Pokemon, and you will be able to take it down with very little effort if you bring the right team. And I'm going to be talking about all of that in today's video. Let's get right into it. Alright, what's happening everyone? Count Jinsula here with a brand new Pokemon GO video. I hope your day is going really well, and let's get right into it. So this is going to be a raid guide video for the legendary Pokemon Kyogre. This is a classic legendary Pokemon that is often considered top tier when it comes to water types. Kyogre is one of the best water types in the game for both raid battles as well as the Master League, and it does have a kind of Mega Evolution, specifically a Primal Reversion, which is incredibly powerful, and Primal Kyogre is often considered the very best of the best. But of course, this time around we're just getting regular Kyogre in raid battles, so you will not be getting Primal Energy for the Primal Reversion form. However, Kyogre itself is a very powerful Pokemon you do not want to miss out on, considering just how useful it is even without the Primal Reversion form. But any Kyogre that you catch right now can be Primal Reverted, you just need Primal Energy from Primal Kyogre raids. But yeah, that's something you do need to keep in mind. So you should still be raiding Kyogre regardless, because getting 100% IV of this Pokemon is going to set you up for success in the future. So now let's get into the best counters, all of the strategies for taking down this raid boss, and then afterwards let me talk about some of the things you need to think about when you're raiding for this legendary Pokemon. So Kyogre is a pure water type legendary Pokemon. This means it's only going to have two weaknesses, and they are going to be grass type and electric type attacks. It's also going to be resistant against steel, water, fire, and ice type attacks, so avoid bringing any Pokemon with those typings. And of course, if you want perfect IVs for Kyogre, which I feel like should be a high priority, you're going to want to look for one that is 2351 and 2939 if it is weather boosted. And Kyogre is going to be weather boosted only by rainy weather. And if you want to secure the win against Kyogre, it's not going to be that difficult compared to other bosses, compared to how Kyogre was in the past. You still want a sizable raid group, but you could secure the win with 4 to 6 trainers in the raid lobby, or if you want to challenge yourself, you could potentially duo this raid boss, but you will need the absolute best counters, and all of them fully maxed out. Speaking of which, let's go over the best counters for Kyogre. It's pretty straightforward. Your best grass types and electric types will suffice. These can include Mega Sceptile, which is going to be by far the best Mega Evolution to use against Kyogre. Kartana is one of the best grass types in the game, even if it's not Shadow. And then speaking of Shadows, Shadow Raikou is a very powerful Pokemon against Kyogre, and Xurkitree and Zekrom are also top counters against this Pokemon. However, I would stay towards the grass typing, mainly because with Mega Sceptile you do get the grass type damage bonus, so fill your team with a whole bunch of Kartanas as well as a Mega Sceptile and you're gonna be good to go. Now if you do not have legendaries or shadow Pokemon in your arsenal, you could go with the following budget counters. We of course have Electivire, which is a very powerful non-legendary electric type, and then there is also Sceptile, which is also still pretty good. Just make sure you go with the right moves. You will want to go with Wild Charge for Electivire and then Frenzy Plant for Sceptile, and the same goes for the best counters. If you're going to bring Shadow Raikou, make sure it has Wild Charge, and for Mega Sceptile, make sure it has Frenzy Plant. These are all the things that you will have to get success against this raid boss. It's a very straightforward raid, and all you just need are very powerful grass types and electric types, and you'll be good to go. The one thing that I would suppose is very tricky when it comes to Kyogre raids is that typically you will not find these counters often used, mainly because when it comes to Mega Sceptile, Kartana, and Shadow Raikou, for example, you don't often use those Pokemon against other raid bosses. So yeah, it might be difficult to have these counters specifically powered up in your collection because you probably dedicated your resources to other Pokemon for other raids. But if you happen to have these Pokemon powered up, now is the time for them to shine, and of course, make sure you go with as many players as possible, because if other players don't have these counters, you will want to make up for it with higher number of raiders. Alright, so what's the big deal with Kyogre? Well, like I've been saying since the beginning of this video, this is a top tier Pokemon. And when I say top tier, it is often considered one of the best when it comes to water types. And like I also mentioned, it has a primal reversion form, which is about the same thing as a Mega Evolution. It gives the same bonuses. You can have both a primal Pokemon as well as a Mega Evolved Pokemon. It's basically a Mega Evolution, but of course, you need to do a Mega Evolution raid equivalent to Primal. It's going to be Primal raids, and Primal Kyogre is not around this time. So basically what you're doing is going for the 100% IV of the base form. Kyogre is still a very powerful Pokemon, and if you were to get a 100% IV, you could farm up the Primal Energy in the future and get it Primal Evolved. Now, one thing regarding Kyogre that makes it extra good is of course the move Origin Pulse. I believe you will not be able to get Origin Pulse through raids this time around, but you could certainly use an Elite Charge TM if you get a 100% IV. It is definitely one of those that is worth using an Elite Charge TM because Primal Kyogre with Origin Pulse is going to be one of the best Pokemon in the game, and it's future proof. Like, there's not going to be a Pokemon that will replace it when it comes to water types. It's just that good. And of course, when it comes to the Master League and PvP, Kyogre has often been considered one of the best Pokemon in the game for pretty much the last several years, and I think it's gonna continue to do so because it has access to a lot of different type coverage moves like Blizzard. I think it also has Thunder, interestingly enough. Yeah, if you were to pair those with Origin Pulse, you will be able to take down pretty much any Pokemon within the Master League. So yeah, this is a very powerful Pokemon. You should not miss out on it. It will be a little bit more difficult compared to other legendary raids. You will want to make sure you have the best counters and you're bringing a whole bunch of players with you. It's definitely going to be worth it, especially if you were to pick up a 100% IV of this particular Pokemon. And of course, you should be farming up the candies as much as you can, because if you were to pick up a perfect IV in the future, or if you were to hyper train it, use a bottle cap on it, get it to 100% IV, you will want to make sure you have the candies and the Candy XL of this Pokemon so that you can max it out. So there are plenty of reasons to raid Kyogre right now. You should not miss out on it, even if it is not the primal reversion form. So yeah, the only thing that's going to be lacking is Origin Pulse as well as the Primal Energy. Kyogre itself is still a very powerful Pokemon, so yeah, make sure you raid for it. But in any case, that's going to be it for this video. Share your thoughts regarding this legendary Pokemon down below. Is there a particular raid tip that I completely missed that is incredibly important? If there is, make sure you share what that is in the comments down below, and let's have a great discussion. And if you enjoyed this video and you want to support my channel, the best way you could do that is of course hitting the like button for this video. I think it's actually over here. Yeah, and make sure you subscribe if you haven't done so already. That would be a huge help to my channel, and also make sure you check out the links in the description below. And that's going to be it. I'm Jinsula. Be safe, have fun, love yourself today, and I'll catch you in the next video.